All right, welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. In the last episode, we set up the Caterium factory. We are now producing and storing Caterium here at the overflow storage. And in between episodes, I ran off, and I'm now syncing everything coming out of the quartz factory, just because obviously it's overloaded. The overflow storage is no longer utilizing any of the storage, so it's just getting backed up and going into the sink, which means that things aren't getting picked up that should be. I can actually take this train station off of path for right now, and we can always put it back on later on if we need to, but obviously there's no need to pick any of this up right now. It's just going to go into a sink. I'd rather just leave it there. And in this episode, I think there's kind of two ideas that I have of like things that I want to get done. One of them is starting the stuff for phase 3, or like completing phase 3. So the 500, I think they're vehicular engines and adaptive control units or something. The 100 of those. It shouldn't be too hard. It just requires us making smart plating and the automated wiring, some of the stuff that we had to make for the previous phases again, and then throwing those into the manufacturers with a few other things, and they'll make everything for us. So that's on my list. My other idea was to make a train station for deliveries, but I have another idea in mind for how I want things to be delivered. So I think for right now, getting to phase 3 is completing phase 3 is the most important thing, while continuing to make more factories and stuff is just going to slow us down. Unless there's something in specific that we really need to be making, but off the top of my head, we're kind of making everything we need. We could do with some more modular frames always. I think the main issue is that we're not producing enough iron rods, so I can't really overclock these, but we'll give it a shot. I don't remember exactly how many I'm going through. I think it's like 5 per minute, and these are producing 4 together, if I'm not mistaken. 10 per, yeah, it's 10 per minute, and I'm only producing 4. So if I overclock both of these, I'm only producing 8. So if I overclock both of these, no, it is 4. Okay. So if I have both of these making 5 each, then at least the heavy modular frames will stay on top. That does mean I'll need to make some more iron rods. Means overclock these a little bit. And I know it's less efficient to overclock things instead of making more, but with just the way everything's set up right now, obviously that's not really too easy of a thing to do. So what do we need in order to make the adaptive control unit and the modular engine? So the modular engine is going to be 2 motors, 15 rubber, 2 smart plating. Obviously, we'll need to multiply that by 500, so we'll need 1,000 smart plating. This should be easy math, but 7,500 rubber and 1,000 motors. Shouldn't be too hard to make. It's kind of just the smart plating that is maybe tripping me up a little bit, just because you only make 2 per minute. But this only goes through 2 per minute, so you don't have to worry about that too much. That requires reinforced iron plates and rotors. So we could probably pretty easily get started on that. The question is like, do I want to work with the spaghetti mess downstairs of this to get everything in line, or would I rather just run the belts over top and just kind of be okay with the fact that like they're temporary technically, so it's okay if they're not perfect. But this is going to take a little while to complete, so that is something to consider. Yeah, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough also because, you know, I think we're doing okay on rotors and plates. Yeah. But to make 1,000, we'll need 1,000 of each. Which I'm thinking instead of actually hooking the belts up, what I'll do is just put everything into a container. Right next to the assembler for this. Which again, yeah, it's gonna look kinda messy, but that's okay. Okay, so like this. That. I'm not gonna go through more than 50 per minute, I don't think. Not. And then just dump them in manually, right? Like, it needs exactly 1,000. They come in stacks of 100, so I can take them 5 at a time. Here's our rotors. 3, 4, and 5. 75 seconds on me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 1,000 rotors. Which means we'll make exactly how many smart plates we need. Test that. Okay though, because it's on yet. And then same for the plates. We have plenty. 1, 2, 3, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 5. It's good to find a use for these plates because obviously they're sitting in a container next to the container because they were full. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have exactly how many in there that we'll need to produce everything. We can turn it on, take away this conveyor hole. Bam. Now our smart plating is going in. It's only using 2 per minute. It's making 2 per minute. Obviously, it's going to take a minute to hook everything else up to this manufacturer, so we should be okay. It shouldn't really ever fall behind on the smart plating. Then we need 15 rubber, 2 motors. The motors, pretty easy. Obviously, I'm kind of overproducing them at the moment. There. Find that to 4. Away. Go down here. Floral. What is this one? That says cables in it. I'm not using cables. A little scary to see a conveyor hole just sitting in the floor not being used. 3, so it's that one. And yeah, I'm aware it's spaghetti. We're doing what we can here. All right, so that should be the motors being delivered. Perfect. And obviously those won't need time to catch up at all. And 15 rubber. So rubber is something we're not producing over here. And I think, yeah, so we need 7,500 rubber. They come in stacks of 200. So if I wanted to do the storage trick, I'd have to put in 37.5 stacks. I definitely can do that. That's not at all. We can go like this, get rid of this. I'm gonna go through 15 a minute, so tier 1 belt is fine. I know it looks kind of janky, just forgive me, please. Let that start feeding in. And cool, I'll go grab some more rubber. Drop off a few things just so I have some space. I need a lot. That should be enough. Yeah. Let me grab some rubber really quick. Be right back. Okay. Got the rubber. I grabbed more than I needed, technically. And more than the container could hold, obviously. Obviously, this is going to overflow the rubber a little bit. But as long as the smart plating is set up correctly, it shouldn't be an issue. What to do with all this excess rubber? Let's just think it off, I guess. I took every bit of rubber that I had, I think. Maybe left a couple of stacks behind. So hopefully I don't need rubber in the near future, but I think it'll be okay. That will all get synced off for us. We had 2 industrial storages of rubber when I went over there. So if we have that, I know a lot of it was kind of backflow. Like I had already had one at the base or at the factory over there. So it's going to take some time for it to come back, but I'm kind of okay with that. I don't think I'll be too sad. And we'll just make a storage for this. I could just run it directly down. I actually don't mind doing that. And just put a floral in front of it. Tier 3, because why not? Then here, there is right here. That. Just short of making it, sadly. And there we go. So now we'll know when this is done making these. 3 of 50 now. 3 of 500, sorry. Okay, so this, like I said, it won't overflow because there are only enough rotors and reinforced iron plates to make 1,000 smart plating, which means that this can only make 500 modular engines. So we won't overuse anything at all, although I'm sure completing phase 5 is going to be required to make more of this stuff. It always is. But that leaves us with the adaptive control units. And I think, yeah, these are the tough ones because I need to have computers for them. I'm not producing computers right now. And I want to put computers in out of a manufacturer. But currently, here's the issue, right? I'm bringing circuit boards and plastic back to the overflow station, but I'm not taking screws or cables. I have screws and cables here, but I don't have a way to bring the plastic and circuit boards back over here. So I'd either have to transfer the screws and cables to that station and I can slap a manufacturer down over there, which I would be fine with doing. Or I would have to bring the plastic and the circuit boards back over here in order to find a place for them. I think it would be easier to pick up the cables and screws from over here, have them taken over there. The other issue is I don't think I'm quite producing enough screws. Kind of close, right? Like, let's see, the number is very slowly going up, but that does mean that the number will be going down if I do start making computers with the screws. We could wait for an alternate recipe. That does mean that our adaptive control units aren't going to get made. We can always make more screws. Obviously, we are overproducing iron ingots. So instead of interrupting the amount of screws we're making now, what if we just consider how much of each item we're making and determine how much more screws we need. So 10 circuit boards a minute, we're making 45. So we could make 4 manufacturers for this, which means we would need a 208 screws. The cables and the plastic I'm not worried about. I have tons of those. Yeah, I think I can do that. Let's start with some constructors down here. I know I said this was getting torn down, but this part of the base actually is not. The iron production area. Like all of this stuff that's producing iron is actually not getting down. So no need to worry about me utilizing more stuff. Close? No, that's fine. Just seems like they're pretty close for some reason. I guess they are. Weird, because these ones aren't. Maybe I put like one tick too close. Shout out to the person who came in and commented what the issue I was having with the splitters not lining up when I put the belts down. They let me know that it is because I have to put the splitters and mergers down before I connect the belts to them. That has been super helpful. I knew that was a way to do it. I just like putting the belt down first for some reason. But that has been a super helpful tip. That was super appreciated, so thank you. I will make sure I put your comment on screen because I don't remember your name off the top of my head, so I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you so much. That has been a huge lifesaver. Connect to this power. Yep. Recipe in. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is here put a merger, maybe like right here. Be fine. I don't really care how it looks. I just want to get some screws out and this. And cables. I can probably just rip out of this one, right? Because they're, excuse me, they're pretty close together, I think. Then it just comes down to the logistics of the train. So I have two schools of thought. We could make a truck station that takes the materials to the train station, no issue. Wouldn't be too difficult, a little bit irritating, but not too difficult. Or we can run the train tracks away. Running the train tracks over here wouldn't be too hard, and I can throw a new train on the tracks, which is a little overkill, I guess, but rather than having another train loop, I generally just want this kind of pathway to go from here to here and back, because if it slows down too much, then the screws and the, and I'm kind of thinking about it a little bit more, because so when items are getting delivered to a train station, it does stop the train station from taking items in or out. So it is going to slow down the production a bit, but I think it's okay. I don't think it's that big of an issue. If the manufacturers aren't being 100% perfectly efficient, that is not the end of the world at all. So I'm just going to throw some manufacturers down here while I'm here. I need a little bit of plastic, which is this one. I need to push these out just a little bit farther. They're a bit bigger than I was expecting. This is temporary, by the way. I do not plan on keeping the computer production right here. I just want to get it going, and this is kind of the easiest way I can manage that, I think. Like I said, alternatively, I could be delivering the plastic and the circuit boards over there, but it just seems like some extra work that I don't need to be doing. Okay. Computer. We'll need you. So the screws will need to be in a tier 3 belt. I'm going to put the screws in. The only issue with putting them back here is the belts are going to take a little while for the belts to get here, but well, instead of putting them here, actually, it would be easier if I just built, would it though? This is starting to get tough for me. Give me a few minutes while I kind of think about what I want to do. Okay, here's what I decided. I think it would be easier to make a train that just goes back and forth between the main area and here, and just picked up the plastic and the circuit boards and took them over there. Namely because if I do start building computers over here, number one, it's going to get really messy. Number two, I need to deliver the computers back over there anyway. So I would have to have the train station, the manufacturers go into this, and then I'd have to rebuild the train station so that it could load computers and then go back. So I think just having a separate train station would be a lot easier. So I'm gonna stick with that. We'll have it delivering plastic. Delivering the plastic and the circuit boards here. The circuit boards, I think, are in this one. Yep. And I'm okay with it not looking great. What's new around here, of course. And I don't want to use all my circuit boards for this, and like it's gonna kind of do that in a sense, but I think this is kind of the easiest solution to this. So. I'm gonna build this little station out really quick. I made a mistake because this is on the center of a foundation. Okay, no worries. Hop right back to it. Use in okay. And okay, now I'm gonna build the railway over there, and then okay, hold on. Okay, sorry, if I don't build it where the station or the rails are centered on the foundation, I'm gonna have a really hard time making turns and stuff. So I want to make sure that I build it the way that I know how to build it. Let's get rid of all of this. Just so that if I need to run through here, I do not get killed. I've never struggled so hard to grab a power slug. Okay. Play. A little bit further. We're aiming for over there. So just have it go like so. I wish I could go straight at it, but I'm committed to this now. This. Now the manufacturers can still be up here. That is not an issue with me at all. This can be where the train station is. Build it out of it. Train station. platform. We'll put it unload this way, I think. Let's have it unload the other way, actually. It might be a little bit easier. Go. Yeah, that looks good. Foundation a little bit more space. And we'll just build the manufacturers right here and bring the cables and stuff up to us. So here's how I'm going to make sure that I don't have any issues with... I didn't mean to jump all the way down yet. That's okay. Any issues with... Because the train station's only going to unload one thing at a time, which means the manufacturer is not actually going to get everything that it needs. Here is my plan to circumvent that. I am not certain that it's going to work, but it is the idea that I'm going to start with. So, coming out, it will go into a smart splitter. Smart splitter will be configured to go left with the plastic and right with the... What was the other thing? Circuit boards. Okay, or sorry, center to the circuit boards. They will get fed into storage units. Like so. And these should never get full with 4 manufacturers. Like, I can't imagine that's going to happen. But you never know. These might be a little too close, yeah. That'll do. Stupid trains taking all my frames away. 3, 4, and then these will go into splitters of their own. Splitter here, splitter here. Then I don't have to put us. Yeah, I don't know. Now we'll need to click on each of these. Very good. Where I wanted it. That does give me an idea, however. Don't know how much you're gonna like it, but nice if this wasn't crooked, but I'll just flip it. I can just backwards. The other one probably are too. Notice this that far off, honestly. That's fine. Okay. Not clean, but again, this is extremely temporary. I don't plan for this to be the way that I make computers long term. But I need to start making them now, otherwise I'm not going to be able to phase up, and if I can't phase up, then my plans aren't going to matter very much. Okay, now the cables. Let me go grab some. I swear the game always autosaves right as I'm trying to jetpack up something, and it just launches me up in the air when I do that. I always miss the little symbol that it's about to autosave. Okay. For those of you that was bothering, you're welcome. So lift. About everything. And this will save me from having to build multiple tiers of this. I can just borehole everything in. Doesn't matter how messy it is. Not that it was looking very clean in the first place. Okay. Just need the same thing underneath. Probably be faster if I just built a catwalk across.
Discovery, go and throttle up. Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
How did I make these like, it's just, I don't know. Fine though. No big deal. Okay. that into here. Glitter. If you can't believe we're back to doing this, truthfully, neither can I, but I had to do it somehow, right? Everything is getting delivered up here. It is probably the ugliest build I've done so far since been kind of reformed and making a little bit of cleaner builds, but like I said, I really need to be producing computers. This is the easiest thing I could think of. Okay, all that is left is to hook all of this up to the power. We can grab this power tower right here. Right? Early. I don't know if I make it back up to this. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. No, we'll just set it down right here, I think. Fine with letting everything kind of start to fill in a little early. Also lets me double check that everything's actually going in. Looks like it is. Screws are not coming in here. One of these splitters is not connected. There we go. Oops. Might even want to go to a tier 4 belts on these. Here it should be fine. I don't think it needs to go to tier 4. Okay, now all that's left is to connect the railways. I think I'll just have it loop back on itself and go. That's not gonna work actually. I'm gonna build the railway out first and then come back and figure out how I wanna send it back over. All right, and while I was thinking about how to do this, I actually realized one thing I can do is make a bi-directional train. One thing I don't know about bi-directional trains, however, is if I need 2 train stations for them. I'm gonna make one. So that don't have to worry about it. And to make a bi-directional train, put a motive at the front, put a freight car behind it, as many freight cars as needed, of course, and another locomotive behind it. Now this train can go back and forth without me having to make a loop on the tracks. And since this is just going from one station to the other, I actually don't have to worry about it running into anything because of that. So it will go here, then here, then here. Save the changes. And great suggestion for a name that I got was a train. And I think that fits this train really well because it's really not a train. It just delivers stuff back and forth. It's going to go from point A to point B and back to point A. So next stop is unreachable. That is because I don't know what. Let's see if we can maybe just drive there. Did I put this train station in backwards maybe? No. That's not good. Okay. I'm gonna try to put an empty platform here instead in the locomotive. This. Oh. That way. This one. That way. Okay. Still named not train, of course. See if it will do. Because it is confused on which station. There we go. All right. Then all I need to do is set the other station to be an unload station and this station to be a load station, assuming they're not already set that way. And we will be delivering what we need over here to make computers. Yep. Perfect. Let's make sure this is set to unload. I'm going to turn off and on self-driving and see if it will potentially set up. Yeah, I think I have to switch what side the station's on. It's this part of the train that's trying to get into the station, and if it does that, then it won't stop properly. I guess I did. Yeah. Let me go try that really quick. Fortunately, I shouldn't need to move the freight platform. I just need to put the train station on the back. I think. Okay, and then set not train. Come back over here. It's getting a get moving over here. Because we're operational. Does not look like we're moving. No power in the train station. There we go. Now, there we go. Okay, I think we have a bi-directional train. Good thing I learned. Is it moving? Yeah, it is. Nice. Good thing I learned about this when I was doing the research on the blocking stations. The blocking, what are they called? Block signals. Fortunately, this was one of the things that they talked about was, you know, if your bi-directional train's not working, then you need to put the signals like this or something. I don't remember. I wasn't paying that much attention to it, but I did see that it mentioned that you could make a bi-directional train. And I thought, you know, that's never going to be something I'll use. And yet here I am. So I could set that station to only load once this is full, like it is right now. I don't know how much I care about that, per se. I did not hook this up, however. That really quick. You know, and that'll just make it so that it makes less trips back and forth. May as well tell it like, hey, only circuit boards, plastic. Go. Now it should. It's either, I think it's either going to wait 15 seconds or it should only be unloading or only leaving once it's loaded. I don't know. I didn't want to set it to and because I think that just makes it take longer. And that didn't seem what I was going for. I of course and make use. Load twice as fast. Because why wouldn't I? I can put it in the correct direction. Then I would be able to do that. There we go. Now we're unloading twice as fast. And these are pretty small stacks, so, you know, it should be unloading a stack of each every minute. Or sorry, 2 stacks of each every minute because it's 480 per minute. So it'd actually be a little bit more than 2 stacks each. And this is where I'm going to kind of run into an issue. The freight car, of course, is going to stop it from unloading. That is okay. Looks like these are not getting loaded in, sadly. I can fix that. That one. That one. one's going to be a little bit tricky. What I like to attach this, right? Very nice. Want that to go. This one left to fix. There we go. We should be producing computers now, 2.5 per minute, meaning we're producing 10 computers per minute, assuming that we don't run out of any materials, but we should be pretty well stocked up on everything that we're needing as of right now. Perfect. So now I just need to put somewhere for the computers to go, of course. This was more long-term. I would actually have, what I would have done was had a second train station here, and I would have had a freight platform that loaded the computers to go back over there, but obviously that's the plan. Okay. We just need computers up to storage unit. In business. We're gonna make it. Oh, brother. Perfect. All right. Now we're producing computers. So, the whole point of that was we need to start making adaptive control units. We only need to make 100 of them, which means we only need 200 computers. That's not even that many. Technically, we didn't even really need to make these, because I could have just gotten 200 computers pretty easily. It would have just been bringing the circuit boards back. I do need to start making some automated wiring. Let's get started on that. It can go right here, I guess. Kind of some space here. Okay. Automated wiring requires a stator and 20 cables. I don't want to build this closer to where the cables are, right? How am I doing on stators, actually? Can't remember if stators are something that I'm low on, or just so we're doing okay on those. So what I can do is just make enough that I don't have to worry about it. That would be 1,500 total, which would take 750 minutes. Yes, it's gonna be a long time. Right, because I need 15 per. I need 100, so I need 1,500. 1,500 divided by 2.5 is 600, so it's going to take 6 hours waiting for this to do that. I don't think I want to wait that long. What we'll do then is I'm producing a bunch of cables down here. And we can cut that time like so. I'm thinking 4 assemblers should be plenty. Build it. But I guess kinda in the way of the truck, but truck will live. How ironic, I'm eating more cake. Right, yeah. Okay. Then built down here. Over here. It's for here. 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 Hello, truck. Figure it out, man. And you might be asking me, what about the stators? Well, we're just gonna bring those down, man. It'll be a little bit. We only need. We need to make. How much? It was 1,500, right? 1,500. So we just need 1,500 stators. Easy. I think I have that many. I don't remember if they're stacks of 50 or stacks of 100. Hopefully they're stacks of 100. Make it a little bit easier. We're gonna do what we got to. Okay, let me go grab the stators, and then I'll make a industrial storage. Put it. Good. else that... Probably should have done this first, because I think I learned my lesson last time. That I did not. And yes, I know it's a mess. But again, I'm planning on keeping it around forever. Oh, I have all these in the wrong way, right? I'm assuming that they are not connected to the lifts, but you know, miracles can happen, right? Alright, so we need 1,500 stators. They are in stacks of 100. There are 8 in a row. More stack. I'll have enough. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2 more stacks. Did of course. This one I'm in trouble with because the belt splitter's like slightly off. Give it a shot, but I don't think it's gonna work. Very nice. Alright, now we are producing the automated wiring. I can speed it up by throwing some power shards in there, and I wouldn't mind doing that. I don't know if I need to per se. More. And I'm also fine with using those because we're slightly ahead on production of them. I think I'm only making like 1 more a minute than I need or something. Not much. Get connected to power. Go. Actually don't have any power shards left, so no worries. But we're producing 10 a minute. We need 1,500. So it'll take about 2.5 hours to get everything, which is fine because I think I didn't actually check how long it's going to take for the modular engines to be made. I've been recording for about an hour and I made 64 so far. But we can take a look at how many that's making really quick. It's making 1 per minute, which means 500 minutes. So it's going to be a while. I can't really speed it up, I don't think, because I'd have to bump the smart plating up as well. Yeah, I mean I can, but it's not that big of a deal. Plus, I think the adaptive control units are actually pretty fast. Yeah, it's one per minute. So it was gonna take an hour and a half, about an hour and 40 minutes to make these. Once we get everything down here, I think we'll be. I think it's okay to kind of just let everything run and catch up kind of towards the end. We just need to give this somewhere to go. I believe it's gonna work in stacked code. I think it's stacks of 100 for these. Might be stacks of 50. If it's stacks of 50, I might have to put a second storage down. I'm not gonna worry about this one looking too pretty. Flat all of these in together. Go there. One can go like that. Maybe it'll tell me how many are. I think it's 50. I'm hoping it's 100. If it's only 50, I only have enough space for what? 8 times 6, so 460. Right? Times 48. 24. Okay, never mind. I should have space regardless. All right. I think that's a good place to call it an episode. We made a lot more jank today than I was expecting. I am going to continue to work on that. But we got computers up and running. We're making pretty much everything we need to start moving to phase 4. I may even just start sliding these up into a manufacturer where the computers are, so that I can get a head start on the adaptive control units. But obviously it's going to be limited to how many of these I'm making per minute. It goes through, I think, 15 a minute, and I'm only making 10, so you do the math. Not going to quite be enough, but we'll throw a shard in there. Why not? And I should have enough cables as well to stay on top, as long, and it's gonna keep producing cables as well, so I should be okay. I don't think it'll run out. It might. I'm not worried about it if it does. But thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Really quick before I sign off the episode, I just ran back down here just to kind of take a look at how the computers are running. I realize now that the computers take 130. I didn't look at how many screws and everything it was going to take. I just assumed that I would have enough of everything. But it takes 130 screws a minute to make a computer. So essentially I'm going through 260 per minute, and I'm for each manufacturer, which means I'm going through 1,040 screws per minute. And I'm only making 150 as of right now. So short-term solution, I'm just gonna grab some screws from over here and toss them into the crate, just so that I resolve the problem. Long-term solution, I'm gonna come back over here and I don't think I can just slap 70 constructors down. I don't know what it would be, 20 constructors down at the end of this line. Maybe I can. I don't know. I mean, I have a ton of iron production going on. But I'm more worried about kind of the space that it's going to take up more than anything. So yeah, I mean, it's an issue. Obviously, I can't be running screws back and forth. I may just need to like extend off this way a bit and have like a huge like screw production area that's feeding into this. But even still, with 2 tier 4 belts that can only do 960 screws per minute, so I'll still be behind by about 80. I'll be behind by 80 screws a minute. So inevitably those are gonna these are gonna fall behind. Easiest way to fix it would just be to take a couple of the manufacturers off and not worry about it. But next episode is probably what we're gonna be trying to solve, is how to get this back kind of on pace with what I need. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Bye.